All right, I'll start recording. So obviously we have our end of the year RSVP for our picnic. Um, I hope all of you can come. We should really celebrate all the hard work we've done this year. Oops, I did not mean to do that. Okay, that's gonna bother me if it's not all colored. But okay, so let's go ahead and scroll down. Today, well, actually, it might be helpful to look at our schedule and then start our presentations, just to kind of remind us of where we should be. Okay. I'm not sure if you did yet or not, Claire, or Clara, so you'll have to maybe just RSVP again. Okay, so today is the 5th of May, so we're right here, smack here in the center. And you can see that nobody had a book club job today. Everybody is just presenting their projects. And like I said, a couple people are going to present on Thursday because they had some circumstances. However, and you can see Thursday is the 8th. Everybody will have another job to present on Thursday. And then you're going to notice that it skips a day. This is 1 week in between. We do not have a VC on the 12th because I forgot about this, but you guys have STAR testing. Um, and it's you don't have to go anywhere, but you have to take the tests at home. But they do take up a lot of time. So anyway, and then on the 19th is when you're going to come and you're going to learn how to do your final presentation because some of you might need to learn a little bit more about Animoto and some of the stuff that you're going to be using for your final presentations, which we will do on the 22nd. So, are there any questions about the schedule that you're looking at? Nope. Okay. No, there's only two people on Thursday, Corbin, and that's Clara and Tyler. Tyler's sick, and yeah. All right, so let's go back and then we can go to our assignment. Let me just recap for anybody who might be brain dead today because it's Monday. That's mean. I shouldn't say you're ever brain dead, but okay. Just a little reminder about what you're doing. Think of this as kind of like a warm up for the final presentation. So this is kind of just your planning stages. Um, you're pretending that you're presenting um, this idea, I guess it would be, to the movie studio. So you need to tell the studio who your characters are going to be, what kind of actors and actresses you're going to be hiring, what the settings are that you're going to need to build, um, and then, of course, main parts. So this is what your actors and actresses are going to be using to try out, or I should say audition, to get the role. Um, so anyway, and this will help us when we plan our final movie trailers. Okay. So now that we just kind of recapped everything, do I have any volunteers to go first?
I will.
All right, Sienna. I like the braveness. Okay, I'm going to make Sienna the presenter. And here we go. All right, so we are looking at Sienna's screen.
Okay, sorry. We are looking at Sienna's screen.
Okay, Sienna, we can't hear you, or are you talking, or?
Okay, so this is step 2.
Okay, Sienna, we can't hear you, or are you talking, or? Oh, wow, we're getting a little
The
feedback.
first
I'm gonna mute everybody except Sienna. I think that'll help. Okay. Wow, we're getting a little feedback. Muted. I'm gonna mute everybody except Sienna. Unmuted. That'll help.
So the first character was Ellen, and the actor for Ellen needs to be around 10 years old with brown hair. And then the character for May would have to be around 10. It had to be tall and around 10 years old.
with blonde hair. And then for Kirsty, it would have to be around a 5-year-old girl that is stubborn and has blonde hair, and also King Jones.
Okay.
And then Miss Rosen would be a dark-haired woman, and Mr. and Mrs. Johansson would be a man and a woman that have blonde hair and are easily startled. Henrik, Uncle Henry, a man that wakes up early and knows how to milk cows, but he doesn't really do like house chores.
Okay.
And then I would need four character for soldiers that sort of have like bad tempers for the soldiers.
Oh, good. So you found
And
pictures of what
then
you think they should look like. That's
so
exactly right.
So you found pictures. They should look like that.
so this so I have the pictures for Ellen, Anna Mary, Kirsty, Mrs. Rosen, and the soldiers. And then for settings, I'd need an apartment that's like old and small, not really expensive, and then just a little street with not really any cars or anything on it. And then there'd be a train that doesn't really have very many people on it, and it's like an old train. And a meadow with a little house on it and apple trees. That's the ocean.
Okay.
Okay.
Good.
So here's the pictures of what I thought it should look like.
Okay.
And then
Okay.
the main events on it from tapped out would be, so first Anna Mary and Ellen get the soldiers tell them to stop on the street because they're running. And then that night Anna Mary remembers like 3 years ago when her dad told her a story of a soldier asking a boy who on a horse that rides fires, and he tells him it's the king. Then Mrs. Hirsch goes missing, and after that, Kirsty comes home, and she has the shoes, and they make him black. And then the Nazis are looking for Jews, so Ellen stays with Anna Mary. Then they come in the night, but Ellen is safe pretending to be lies. So then they go to Uncle Henrik's, and they like it there. Then they have the funeral of pretend great Aunt Bertie dying.
Whoa, Kitty, chill out. You're gonna need to get
And
down.
Whoa. Out. You're gonna use the
All
then
right.
that's
Very good. I went ahead and muted everybody. I think it actually might be Sienna's screen for whatever reason that was giving us some feedback. Good, Clara. That's what I was trying to get at. I hope you were reading the chat as Sienna was presenting. Now, what everybody, not just Sienna, needs to think about when you make your movie trailer, you're only going to have 30 seconds to do it. So you're not going to be able to show very much. So, on the other hand, you want it to be really interesting and you want it to be an important part of the book. But you don't want it to give too much away. So, for instance, I'm not sure if you would show, how they were able to escape safely, because that would be kind of like giving away too much of, the story. So, Clara, she said number one, two, five, and six. Well, we're not looking at her screen anymore, so um, it's kind of hard to tell which ones you were talking about. But Sienna, why don't you type into the chat which one of those important events will you focus on in your trailer? And please don't say you're going to make a movie trailer about Christy getting new black shoes. I hope that was not the event that you choose. Okay. It is hard because it's only 30 seconds. You're right, but that's all that we have when we watch normal commercials on TV for movies, maybe even less time. So you got to really think about that. Okay, good, Sienna. That's a good choice. Do I have any volunteers to go next? Everybody's muted right now, so you'll have to type into the chat.
Me.
I guess I lied. Jaden is not muted. All right, Jaden, you're up. Okay, I'm making Jaden the
Okay, so I actually put this. I actually like wrote in the book where I'm supposed to be, and I put sticky notes what page.
Okay.
So I don't really need to be the presenter.
Oh, well, fantastic. All right, so we don't have a presentation to show on Jaden, so go ahead, Jaden. Tell us what you got.
Okay, so the first one is on page 95, where was Mama, basically the beginning of chapter 12. So this is where I got Mrs. Rosen
Rosa?
Rosen trapped on the loose step outside the kitchen door. His wife grasped his arm and she regained his balance. It's very dark, Mama whispered as they stood in the yard with their blankets and bundles of food gathered in their arms. You can't use any kind of light. I'll go first. I know the way very well. And you follow me. Try not to stumble over the tree roots in the path. Feel carefully with your feet. The path is uneven. And be very, very quiet, she added unnecessarily.
Okay, so you like that part and you think it's important and you think you'll make your trailer about that part?
I guess. But I have another one.
Okay, so you're going to have to choose. So read us your other choice.
Okay. You must run to the boat. If anyone should stop you, who would stop me? Anne Marie. You understand how dangerous this is. If any soldiers see you, if they stop you, you must pretend to be nothing more than a little girl, a silly, empty-headed little girl taking lunch to a fisherman, a foolish uncle who forgot his bread and cheese. Mama, what is in the bottom? But her mother still didn't answer. The question. Go, she said firmly. Go right now and run as fast as you can. And
Okay.
those are the two ones.
Well, I think you could probably do both of those actually and kind of mix it together and make it a really fun, interesting movie trailer for everybody to watch. And I don't think that we need to go over the characters again because they're going to be the same as what Sienna has presented. All right. Let's move on to Patrick's. Patrick, are you willing to present next? Your microphone's on, Patrick. Okay, perfect. We're going to make Patrick the presenter.
Oh, it is? Oh, sorry, I didn't notice.
That's okay. I just turned you back on.
Let's see. So,
There we go.
so I did that, and then main characters. Anna Marie. Anna Marie is the main character and is 10. She is brave, also kind of scared of the Nazi soldiers. She loves her sister Christy and her best friend Ellen. Sorry. Ellen. Ellen is Anna Marie's best friend. She likes to run. She also is in a running team at school.
Good.
The book is during World War II when there were many Nazi patrol officers in Poland and many other places.
Good. You're the
Mary
first person to mention the timing. I like that. Because go back to that. Okay, there it is. 1939. It's important, guys, that your group, you guys are a little bit more advanced. So you're going to need to search a little bit more for old pictures. Because think about it. In 1939, obviously people did not look the same, they did not dress the same, and they did not have color photos. At best, they had black and white. So you're going to have to be kind of more thoughtful when you're doing your
Excuse
movie
me.
trailers.
Okay. And then neighborhood. Anna Marie now lives in a rural, I can never say that word,
Rule.
rural area with a meadow by it. Dog path. When she was going to the boat, Anna Marie described the area as oily and greasy and smelled horrible.
Okay.
Main points through chapter 15. Anna Marie is stopped by the draft, the soldier, I guess, in the very beginning.
Okay.
The guards with their dogs stop her on her way to the boat and take the bread. Anna Marie got the note to her Uncle Henrik, or I guess it was a handkerchief?
Uh huh. Yes, it was.
No. She also acted like Christy when the dogs and guards stopped her. Guards are looking for Jude, so Ellen stays with them, and a fake family member died.
Okay. Now stay on that particular slide. Looking at what he has, written down as important events, which one or two of these do you think he should use to make his movie trailer? I think the one where the guards are looking for Jews. I can see this in my mind. I'm picturing a movie trailer.
Yep.
People are looking around for or Nazis are looking for Jews, and Ellen is scared and she's hiding out with the family.
Yeah.
Um, I can
I'm thinking,
see the fake funeral as being kind of interesting in a movie trailer.
I'm thinking kind of part of a dog scene, and then the funeral, like the fake funeral, I guess.
Oh, very good. And this is all very personal. You don't have to, do which one I tell you to do. But yeah, that's something to be thinking about. This is a nice warm up for when you're going to actually make your movie. Very cool. All right. Do I have any volunteers to go after Patrick? I know Clara is presenting on Thursday. She had a circumstance. So that leaves Charlie and Jade and Corbin. Okay, Charlie will go. Charlie, I'm going to unmute you and you will become our presenter. Okay. So, Charlie, you should see something that says show my screen or something, and then go ahead and click on it so that we can see your work. And make sure you unmute yourself. There we go. So now we can see Charlie's screen, but you're still muted. So um, go to your microphone and make sure that it's on. So where it says mic and or actually just that little, just click on the microphone itself, and it should not have a slash through it. But now we're looking at your wind lab. Okay. Charlie, we can't hear you. See, this is what happens when you guys are so quiet. I end up singing. la la la.
Charlie? Charlie? Hello? I don't want to hear Mrs. Hill sing. I mean, Mrs. Bruns, bleh. Mrs. Bruns sing.
I don't either, but well, go ahead and just present it and we'll do our best to talk through it for you. Push the green button, the little green, yeah, make it bigger. There you go. Now, Charlie, go over to your GoToMeeting control panel, click on the little green thing that looks like a microphone, and unmute yourself. All right, well, whatever. Let's go ahead and just present it and we'll see what we can get from it without hearing you. Okay, go to the second slide. All right. Okay, good. So we have pictures of all of the characters that he's hoping to use. So, of course, we have Anne Marie, we have Kirsty, we have Ellen, we have Mr. and Mrs. Johansson, we have Mr. and Mrs. Rosen. Of course, we have some Nazi guards, plenty of those. We have Peter. I'm glad that you included this character, Peter. He's a redheaded family friend. He was the older sister's boyfriend. And then we have Hendrik, the brother of Mrs. Johansson. So Uncle Hendrik. Good. And the setting. Ooh, I like this. We do have some old pictures here. This is good. An apartment in Copenhagen where resources are limited. Good. They only have candlelight for light and heat, so you can see that they don't have electricity. The family has to sleep basically in one room to keep warm. And then it looks like he's skipping down to like maybe Uncle Hendrik's home, and that's what he imagines the barn to look like. That's good. Important events. Wow, we got a lot of important events. So as I read these to you, I want you to think about what Charlie has written down and which ones he should use for his movie trailer. Okay, the Johansson family shares stories about the past and fairy tales. The girls discover Mrs. Kirsch is gone and her shop has been closed. Peter comes and brings the girls a gift during a visit. Ellen comes to stay with the Johanssons and pretends to be Anne Marie's sister. I think that's probably an important one. Officers come to the Johanssons to search for the Rosens, the family, the Rosens. I think that's also important. Mrs. Johansson and the three girls go to stay at Uncle Hendrik's home, leaving Mr. Johansson at home. A casket is said to be Aunt Bertie is brought to Hendrik's home. Soldiers come to investigate. It is revealed that the casket is actually filled with supplies to keep warm while they escape. The Rosens escape toward a boat with the help of with the help of Peter, Mr. Johansson, and Uncle Hendrik. And then we learn an important packet is left behind, and Anne Marie prepares to take it to the awaiting boat. Ooh, so keep on this slide, Charlie. What do you guys think? Which one should he focus on? Yeah, no, you won't be able to build these sets, Clara. Definitely. She's typing that in the chat. What you're going to be doing is finding pictures of as much as you can, at least, of these type of events and sets. I think he should definitely focus on the officers looking around for the Rosens as well as other Jewish people, and maybe Ellen hiding out there. Good. Because remember, I don't know. I think it's possible if we do the funeral scene, you please, if you do the funeral scene, don't show what's inside the casket because nobody would want to watch the movie because then it would be boring and you would know too much about what was happening. Okay. Remember, movie trailers don't show that much. They just hook you with just enough. All right. Do you have any more slides, Charlie? Okay, and some references. Very good. All right. We are going to switch over to Corbin. And I think Corbin did his project a little bit differently as well, but we're going to be looking at Corbin's screen. That's right, Clara. Yes, you don't want to give too much away because you want the audience to want to know what happens. That is a nice lion. Okay, a summary. This is good. So yeah, he didn't use a Google presentation, but he did this. This is very nice. Can you stretch it out and make it a little bit bigger for us? Or go, yeah, there you go. Perfect. Go up to like 150% maybe. Nice. Thank you. Okay, so obviously the characters are the same. And then it looks like he has all of the settings as well. And that's the same too. I really like this picture. You can tell that it's definitely an older picture from the actual era that this book was taking place in. Good. Okay, if you want to scroll up. Okay, so he didn't do like bullet points. He actually just wrote an entire summary. So scroll up and I'll read it out loud as you guys read along with me. Woo! There we go. One day after school, two girls are running home on the sidewalk when a Nazi soldier stops them. The soldier talks to the girls, and one of the girls' little sister is trying to catch up. The soldier asks them why they're or where they're going, and one of them says, "We were on our way home from school." After a lot of chatter, the soldier finally lets the girls go. When they get home, they talk to their parents about it, and their parents are unhappy. One night, the two older girls are playing with paper dolls, and the little girl and her mother come in. As they come in, the little girl is saying how ugly her skin shoes, fish skin made shoes are. A little bit later, the little girl's sister's friend says that her papa has black ink and she could ask him to color them black. The little girl likes that idea and says she'd like to do that. Later on, all of the girls' parents talk, and the two girls' mother says that they have to take their friend to their uncle Hendrik's house to keep her safe from the Nazis because she is a Jew. So make sure you capitalize anything like Jewish or Jew. When they get to the train, oh, okay, sorry, I lost my place. When they get on the train, they go to the Hendricks place and they get stopped by a soldier and ask, "Where are you going?" Mama is about to say something, but the little girl barges in and says, "I'm going to see my Uncle Hendrik in my shiny black shoes," and the soldier leaves, etc., etc. All right, so pretty good, Corbin. I think you probably, Jaden, go ahead and turn off your webcam for now. I think you probably included like more details than you would necessarily show in a trailer. Like I definitely would not show all of the stuff about the shoes um, in a movie trailer. I would focus more on the drama of what's happening, the drama of the Jewish people having to hide out, the drama of people having to pretend to be at a funeral because they're going to be escaping from Nazis. I don't think I would worry too much about, um, like the shoes and that kind of thing. Do you guys agree? What do you think? What would make a better movie trailer? Yeah. Okay. All right. Good job, Corbin. Jade, are you ready to present? All right. We're going to make Jade the presenter, and I will turn her microphone back on so that we can hear her. And it looks like you were double muted, so make sure you turn your microphone on, Jade.
Can you hear me?
Uh huh. And we can see your screen.
Okay, so Number the Stars presentation. Hold on.
Good.
And then characters would be Anne-Marie, Ellen, the German soldiers, Hendrik, Christy Lies, who was the older sister who died,
Right.
and
Right.
then Mrs. Hirsch, I think,
Mm-hmm.
Mr. and Mrs. Johnson, Peter, Nielsen, and then Blossom and Thor. are the characters.
Okay, and exactly right. And I like the old.
And then the actors to play the parts, a little girl named that is 10 with blonde hair who plays Anne Marie. A tall man is one of the German soldiers. A short man is the other German soldier who they bump into when they're on their way home from school. A little girl that's 10 with brown hair named Ellen, and a little girl that's 5, kind of rude with light hair, who is Christy, the older sister who died at the end of 1941, who is Lies. And then a man that's fisherman is Hendrik, who is also their uncle. A woman that is Mrs. Hirsch.
Mhm.
A man who's Peter, and a man and woman, Mr. and Mrs. Johnson. A cow that's Blossom, a cat named Thor, and then Mrs. Rosen, a dark-haired woman.
Good. Now, for your trailer, Jade, you're probably not going to have all of those characters, but I'm glad that you listed them.
Right. Um, the set would be a school and it's safe, and then a house where Anne Marie lives, and then Anne Marie's bedroom, then the button store that's closed, which is where the um where Mrs. Hirsch got and her family got taken away.
Uh huh.
And then the same school not safe because of the soldiers. And then they end up being on the train. And then there's Uncle Hedrick's house by the sea. And then when they're talking in the barn, he's milking a cow. And then in his house, there's a coffin, and a fake funeral. And then the same funeral with the soldiers who came in and was trying to investigate.
Good.
And then here's my resources.
All right, Jade. Hold on just a second.
Okay.
Sorry, I have to mute you because it seemed like whenever I had Sienna's microphone on or Jade's microphone on, we were getting terrible feedback. Um, yeah, we had a very detailed list of your characters and the settings. Jade, what you're going to need to focus on is figuring out which ones are the most important. We were all just kind of, laughing in the chat that we probably don't need to worry about casting the cow or the cat. Although that would be, a nice touch if if you really want to. Um, so here's what you're going to be focusing on. And like I said, we will go over how to do this final project that is not due until the 22nd, so don't freak out. But we will go over how to do it on the 19th. But what you need to keep in the back of your mind before the 19th is, what do you want to show on your movie trailer? What characters do you think would be the most important? How are you going to do the most interesting um, little presentation so that you are the one that MGM chooses to produce the movie? Anyway, on Thursday, you have another assignment to complete and some more chapters to read. Then, like I said, you have a break so that you can do your star testing. The following Thursday, you have another job and you will be done with your book by that Thursday, by the 15th. Then, like I was just saying, we will go over how to do our final project and then we'll do our final project. Okay. Any questions on your schedule?
Yeah, what chapters are we reading?
And I will show you that right now. You are reading only 14 and 15. I mean, you can always read ahead if you want, but by Thursday, complete your book club job so you have a job again and read chapters 14 and 15. Okay?
And what's my job?
Well, I was just showing you on our book club site. So find your name.
Oh, okay, but I don't see my name on the chart. Okay, so I'm a group illustrator. No.
Yes, you get to draw whatever scene you think is important. And
Group
yes, Thursday
illustrator,
is the 8th.
discussion director, summarizer.
That's right, Jade. Thursday is the 8th. Today is the 5th. So,
So I'm a. What am I? I don't know what I am.
Jaden, is that you talking?
Yeah.
Jaden, you're the illustrator. You're right here.
Oh. The
That's okay. We have a lot of illustrators coming up on Thursday. It's going to be fun. So,
group illustrator. Ugh. I don't know what I'm supposed to do with the group illustrator.
oh, well, I'm glad you said that. If you do not know, whoops, if you do not know what to do, where do you go? You go right back up here to where it says book club jobs. And let's just say you don't know what to do as an illustrator. Go and scroll over to illustrator.
Okay.
And then, what do you know? It comes up for you. Everything that you need to do.
Oh. Okay, so I have to do that.
Yes.
So I have to tell the characters settings, a problem, an exciting part, surprise, any of those things.
Yes. Anything about the story that you felt was important. All right. So, a couple people are saying, where do I go to that site? I haven't, you know, you should bookmark it, by the way, but I haven't bookmarked it. Well, look in your email and it's on your agenda for today. Everybody has received the agenda for today. So just scroll down and then click on the site. Okay. All right, friends. Have a happy Monday, and I will see you again on Thursday. All right. Bye.